Hello, welcome to the Upaya Zen Center. I'd love to show you around and just show you our campus. Please come with me. So right here, this big building, this is the mainstay for the campus. On the left is the Zendo, where we do 3 sits a day in our regular schedule. And on the right is the River House, where we have our kitchen, our dining hall, our offices. Let me show you inside. We're about to have lunch, so it is going to be a lot of hustle and bustle. So this is the front office. Here we have resident Lie and a visiting teacher Valerie speaking right here in our library. Fireplace, we receive a lot of our posts and main office here, and of course here is the kitchen and the dining hall. Here we have Matt, a resident with Henry. Looks like their prep for lunch is already done, but this is really the heart and hearth of our space here at Upaya. And if you come a little closer, I'll show you one of my favorite altars. This is the kitchen altar with Nagarjuna at the front, where we do every morning a small liturgy reading the Tenzo Kyoken. And here's Jaya. Jaya, come here. Hey, girl. This is the Upaya Zen Center's official mascot. And she has her own Instagram account. So if you don't follow her, please do. She has always such wise messages for us. Here's the lower dining. Here's Shosu, one of our residents. And we can go outside. Oh, and this is, of course, a beautiful Enzo by Kaz Tanahashi, a good friend of Roshi Jones, where he's so generous to give us these Enzos and pieces of art all over the campus. Another dining space is the Portal, where we see our head of grounds, Mary, busily working. And of course, some outside space for the warmer months when we do eat outside. Now, we're heading out to our compost space and our hoop houses, where we do grow our own vegetables, and we do compost a lot of the unused or discarded food, which we then reuse for our hoop houses and our Three Sisters garden. And here, of course, we have the Orno, where in the past we used to bake pizzas. And of course, right behind the Orno, we have Mahapajapati, the mother of the Buddha. And in front of her, or I'm sorry, right to her right, we have the Farolito housing for guests and residents, and our newest construction site. And as we're panning around this building, in front is the Zendo, with behind it the Jizo garden. To the left we see the windmill. And of course, right underneath the windmill we have the actual Three Sisters garden, which we're in the winter, so it's fallow, the ground is frozen, but is really booming and blossoming during the summer, spring and summer months. Of course, here we're at the entrance of the zendo, where our guests and residents take off their shoes, place their coats up, and walk into the zendo. Yeah, on the top of the zendo, as you'll see, the calligraphy, once again by Kazuaki Tanahashi, which says Manen Zan, named after Roshi Joan, meaning 10,000-year-old mountain. And here, let's walk in. This is, of course, a statue of Manjushri on our altar, the Bodhisattva of wisdom. Should I turn on the lights? As the camera pans around, you'll see Mayumi Oda's generous gift to Roshi Joan of green Tara. So this being the main zendo hall, behind it the sunroom. Greeting us as we step into the sunroom is Kuan Yin, or Avalokiteshvara, with next to her La Virgen de Guadalupe. And of course, to the left, we have our founder's altar. Our lineage, the Soto Zen lineage, starting with Dogen, Maizumi Roshi, and of course, Bernie and Jishu Roshis. Now, I'm going to show you our beautiful interview space. And these are the restrooms. And to the left, we have this wonderful space where we have interviews with our precious teachers, where we really get to explore our practice, our lives. All right, now I'm going to show you where we invite the Han to call people to practice. We call that space the Genkan. Oh, so here, everyone, who made it? Kaz. Another painting, beautiful calligraphy by Kazuaki Tanahashi, says Manen-zan Dokanji. So Circle of the Way Temple, 10,000-year mountain. And of course here we have the Genkan, where we open our doors in our Fukuro, one of the first roles you learn as a resident here, to invite people to come to Zazen. Again, another calligraphy by Kaz, which says life, death, important matter, or great matter they are. Shall we go this way? Oh, and of course we have our, or maybe you should go in. This is our multimedia space for all of our recordings, our audio visual stuff. We broadcast to so many hundreds and thousands of people online, daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, of course. So now we're going to go back through the sunroom. And for our hundreds and thousands of people that follow us online who see the Zendo space, believe it or not, we do that through this right here. And of course, here's our computer where our jikiros, our timekeepers for the meditations, actually come in, log in, to then broadcast live. And this is a portrait, once again, by Kaz of Eihei Dogen, the founder of our Soto school, 12th, 13th century monk, who went to China to find the Dharma. Yeah, and so we're going to show you Saragordo Temple. Beautiful Tibetan stupa is there, and a space we use to meditate. As you might see straight ahead, the door is open to that space. And right in front of you is, of course, a statue of Shakyamuni Buddha. And you might notice that in this axis, maybe we could get an angle of this. You have Manjushri, Kuan Yin, Jizo, Mahapajapati, Shakyamuni Buddha behind us, the stupa behind that. And this axis is for us a space where we pay homage to by always bowing anytime we cross it along the whole campus. It's a beautiful mindfulness practice that we engage in. And I'll show you part of that axis, which is in fact the stupa. So please, let's go this way. So this stupa, oldest stupa west of the Mississippi, was completed in the late 60s, if I'm not mistaken. And we come here as a resident body to sit every noon. So now I'm going to show you inside the meditation hall. Very intimate space. All right, everyone, so now we're going to step out of Saragordo Temple and we're going to wrap around over to Upaya House. Everyone, we're walking up to the Upaya House, and you'll notice a playground to the left. That's part of the St. Francis Park. That's really a beautiful space for us residents to have here. And if you'll see in front of us, we have the Upaya House, where we have, of course, Roshi John's quarters up above. And this is the side of the building. And so now, everyone, we're approaching the south side of the Upaya House building, where right here we have our wetlands, where we process these plants. What are they called?
Cattails.
Cattails. Where the cattails that we grow here, that grow 7-8 feet tall, process a lot of our sewage. Great ecological way to deal with that. And this to the right is, of course, more resident housing. And here to the left is, again, the pretty big Upaya House, where we host guests and residents. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, Roshi John's quarters are here. So this space, this casita space we call it, where residents are now residing, we use it in the warmer months to gather and hold seminars in the evenings, having fires, building morale, having a good time, both in practice and in life together. Let me show you now the insides of the actual Upaya House proper. So please, after you. So this is the Upaya House living room. This is where we gather during the winter months for seminar, community discussions, what we call enzos, even councils, where we have a beautiful council practice. As you'll notice, we have beautiful artifacts here in the Upaya House. And this just shows the wonderful generosity of a lot of our members and supporters. The beautiful Black Buddha was given by my Dharma sister, Wendy Danin Lau. And of course, this beautiful art piece by Maya Ando was gifted by her to Upaya, which hangs here in the living room. Of course, down here, actually, maybe I'll show you around to the kitchen space. So although, this is a community building and Roshi John lives here and we gather here, we use this kitchen as well to get some tea, make some coffee for ourselves, that kind of thing. And then of course, right behind you, there's more residence that goes into the courtyard. And here, in this direction, we have Roshi John's residence, and downstairs, of course, more guest residents. Downstairs. So let me show you. Look how beautiful this is. This is called the sand tray, where we have space for visiting teachers or guests to come in and stay with us. Of course, the restroom closet. And this is the guest room. We call it the guest room, where a lot of our great teachers stay here. Intimate and beautiful, which, if you want to see the exit, which has a direct entrance exit to the space we just walked up from. Let me show you one of our altars. So here you have this beautiful altar with a huge golden and black enzo, again by Kaz, where a lot of our important ceremonies begin. And that was just a taste, a tour of Upaya. I hope you'll come join us. Thanks for coming with me to show you around. Take care and see you soon. Should you do that again?